Post-industrial city, the evolution of urban spaces in the 21st century. The post-industrial city represents a significant transformation in the urban landscape, shifting away from the industrial economy that once defined city life toward new models of economic activity, social organization, and environmental sustainability. In the 19th and 20th centuries, cities were often characterized by heavy industry, manufacturing hubs, and sprawling factories. However, as global economies have transitioned into the post-industrial era, cities have evolved to prioritize knowledge-based industries, services, technology, and innovation. This shift has fundamentally altered how cities function, how people live and work, and how urban spaces are designed. This essay explores the nature of post-industrial cities, focusing on their economic restructuring, technological integration, social and environmental changes, and the opportunities and challenges that arise from this new urban paradigm. The decline of the industrial city. During the Industrial Revolution, cities became the epicenters of manufacturing and economic growth. Factories, railways, and shipyards proliferated, drawing large populations from rural areas in search of work. Cities such as Manchester, Detroit, and Pittsburgh became synonymous with industry, as smokestacks, mass production, and working-class neighborhoods shaped their physical and social landscapes. However, as the 20th century progressed, these industrial cities faced significant challenges. 1. Deindustrialization. The second half of the 20th century saw the decline of heavy industries and manufacturing in many cities, particularly in North America and Europe. As globalization took hold, many industrial jobs were outsourced to countries with lower labor costs. This resulted in deindustrialization, where cities experienced the closure of factories, mass layoffs, and the abandonment of industrial infrastructure. Former industrial hubs, such as Detroit, faced economic decline, high unemployment, and urban decay. 2. Urban blight. As factories closed and industrial jobs disappeared, many cities experienced urban blight, the deterioration of once thriving industrial neighborhoods. Abandoned buildings, declining property values, and shrinking populations became common in post-industrial cities, leading to social and economic challenges. 3. Environmental damage. The industrial activities that once fueled economic growth left a legacy of environmental degradation. Air and water pollution, contaminated land, and the overuse of natural resources became pressing issues for industrial cities. Cleaning up these environmental impacts would become a major priority for post-industrial urban renewal. Characteristics of a post-industrial city. As economies have shifted from manufacturing to services and knowledge-based industries, post-industrial cities have evolved to reflect new social, economic, and environmental priorities. These cities differ significantly from their industrial predecessors in several key ways. 1. Economic restructuring. The most defining feature of post-industrial cities is the shift away from manufacturing towards service-based and knowledge-driven economies. Key sectors in post-industrial cities include finance, education, technology, healthcare, and cultural industries. These cities become hubs for research and development, innovation, and creative industries rather than mass production. Tech hubs. Many post-industrial cities, such as San Francisco, London, and Berlin, have become global centers for technology and innovation. Startups, research institutions, and tech giants like Google and Facebook often set up headquarters in these cities, drawing a highly educated and skilled workforce. Universities and research institutions. In post-industrial cities, universities and research centers play a central role in driving economic growth. Cities like Boston, with its concentration of universities such as Harvard and MIT, are prime examples of how academia can fuel innovation, entrepreneurship, and knowledge-intensive industries. 2. Gentrification and urban renewal. The decline of industry often left large swaths of cities vacant or underutilized. However, many post-industrial cities have undergone gentrification and urban renewal efforts to revitalize these spaces. Abandoned factories and warehouses are often repurposed into lofts, art galleries, office spaces, and cultural centers. Gentrification brings new investment and development but can also lead to the displacement of long-time residents and increased housing costs. In cities like New York and London, formerly industrial areas such as Soho and Shoreditch have been transformed into trendy neighborhoods with a mix of creative industries, cafes, and luxury apartments. This renewal is driven by a focus on the creative class, a demographic of young professionals in fields like art, design, media, and technology. 3. Sustainability and green infrastructure. In response to the environmental damage of the industrial era, post-industrial cities are placing greater emphasis on sustainability. These cities are embracing green infrastructure, public transit, and environmental conservation to create healthier, more livable urban spaces. The focus on sustainability includes initiatives to reduce carbon emissions, increase energy efficiency, and improve air and water quality. Green spaces and urban parks are increasingly integrated into city planning to enhance quality of life for residents. Former industrial sites are often converted into parks, bike paths, and community gardens. An iconic example of this transformation is New York City's High Line, a former elevated railway track that was repurposed into a public park. Many post-industrial cities are also adopting smart city technologies, using data and sensors to improve energy use, traffic management, and public services. Cities like Singapore and Barcelona are leading the way in implementing smart grids, efficient public transportation, and renewable energy systems. 4. Cultural and creative industries. The shift to a knowledge-based economy has led to the rise of cultural industries as key drivers of urban development. Post-industrial cities often position themselves as centers of art, design, entertainment, and cultural tourism. The presence of museums, theaters, music venues, and film production studios fosters a vibrant cultural scene that attracts tourists and new residents. Cities like Los Angeles, Berlin, and Paris are examples of post-industrial urban centers that have become renowned for their cultural output. Festivals, art exhibitions, and music scenes contribute to the economy while enhancing the global image of the city. Challenges facing post-industrial cities. While post-industrial cities have been successful in reinventing themselves, they also face significant challenges that must be addressed to ensure equitable and sustainable growth. 1. Economic inequality and gentrification. One of the primary challenges for post-industrial cities is the growing divide between the wealthy and the poor. While economic restructuring and gentrification have revitalized many urban areas, they have also exacerbated housing affordability issues and displaced low-income residents. The influx of wealthier populations often leads to rising housing costs and rents, pushing out long-time residents and increasing social inequality. Cities like San Francisco and New York have faced criticism for the negative effects of gentrification, as tech and finance workers drive up property prices, leaving working-class and minority communities struggling to afford to live in the city. 2. Job displacement and workforce transition. As post-industrial cities shift away from manufacturing, workers in traditional industries may find themselves displaced and unable to transition into the knowledge-based economy. The jobs created in high-tech and service industries often require advanced education and skills, leaving low-skilled workers behind. Addressing this challenge requires investment in education, job training, and social safety nets to support workers affected by deindustrialization. 3. Environmental sustainability. While many post-industrial cities have made progress toward environmental sustainability, challenges remain. The high energy demands of growing urban populations, the need for public transportation infrastructure, and the ongoing environmental impact of development require careful management. Post-industrial cities must continue to prioritize green development, renewable energy adoption, and climate resilience strategies to mitigate the effects of climate change and ensure a sustainable future. 4. Social inclusion and urban planning. Ensuring that post-industrial cities remain inclusive, accessible, and equitable for all residents is a critical issue. As cities redevelop and expand, urban planning efforts must focus on affordable housing, public spaces, and community engagement to prevent the marginalization of vulnerable populations. Balancing the needs of new development with the preservation of local communities and culture is essential for creating thriving, diverse urban environments. Opportunities for post-industrial cities. Despite the challenges, post-industrial cities have unique opportunities to lead the way in innovation, sustainability, and social progress. 1. Innovation and entrepreneurship. The knowledge economy provides post-industrial cities with the opportunity to become global hubs for innovation and entrepreneurship. By fostering collaboration between universities, research institutions, and tech startups, these cities can continue to attract talent and investment, driving economic growth in cutting-edge industries like artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and clean energy. 2. Cultural and creative capital. Post-industrial cities have the potential to become cultural capitals that attract both residents and tourists. By investing in arts, music, theater, and cultural events, cities can cultivate vibrant, diverse communities that enhance the quality of life and boost the local economy. 3. Sustainability leadership. Post-industrial cities have the chance to become leaders in sustainable urban development. By adopting green technologies, improving public transit, and investing in renewable energy, these cities can serve as models for addressing climate change while creating healthier, more livable environments for residents. 4. Equitable growth. With the right policies in place, post-industrial cities can also prioritize equitable growth, ensuring that the benefits of economic development are shared across all social and economic groups. This includes building affordable housing, providing accessible education and job training, and fostering inclusive community planning. Conclusion: the future of post-industrial cities. The post-industrial city represents a new chapter in urban development, where knowledge, culture, technology, and sustainability define the urban experience. These cities are leading the charge in reinventing urban life for the 21st century, offering a vision of innovation and creativity while grappling with the challenges of inequality, job displacement, and environmental sustainability. As cities continue to evolve, the success of post-industrial urban centers will depend on their ability to balance economic growth with social equity and environmental stewardship, ensuring that they remain inclusive, dynamic, and sustainable places to live and work.